Okay, ladies and gents, holy shit. We just had the inside Xbox look for 2020. We were looking into all of the next gen shit that Microsoft's going to try to do. And for those of you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, you can check it out at the IGN or GameSpot or any of the big dogs doing their thing. But wow, I don't know what to say first, man. I myself am a big Sony boy, and I really enjoy to see Microsoft shit their pants as much as the next guy. But I gotta say, this is kind of fucking sad, man. I'm just gonna run around Skyrim here and give you my thoughts. So they had about 13 games that they showed in this press conference. For those of you who haven't seen it, spoiler alert and all that jazz. Fuck you up. Fuck you up, Elk. But basically, go watch it, because you're gonna need to watch it to understand what I'm about to say. But like, they showed about 13 games. They said beforehand that because of COVID and everything, they weren't going to be doing any of their first parties. This was only going to be third parties, so we're not dealing with any of the your big guys, your Halos or anything like that. But we did have Ubisoft show up. We knew CD Projekt Red wasn't going to be there with Cyberpunk, because they said that they weren't going to be showing anything until June. So they're like, all right, well, can you? Yo. GG. But they're like, yeah, okay, so we're going to head into this, and we're just going to kind of show you guys our third parties. We're going to show you guys the little games we're working on, and we're going to give you a taste of next gen. So E3 was canceled this year because of COVID, so we really had nothing to look forward to as far as we knew until about last week, maybe the week before, when rumors started coming up that Jeff Keighley, the dude who puts on the Game Awards, was going to bring together pretty much the whole fucking industry and do this crazy awesome summer of gaming thing, which we're all super excited about. And there were already rumblings that Xbox was going to be showing off their next gen stuff, so we were like, okay, cool, we're into what's happening here, right? So everyone's expectations, no matter low, high, whatever, everyone was at least excited that this was like an opportunity to get something like an E3 press conference in 2020 for us, right? We fucking thought, man, they showed 13 games. And I think it was put best on the Kind of Funny stream by one of the viewers, who I'm paraphrasing here, but he basically said, it doesn't matter what kind of next-gen shit you have for us, if what you're going to do is come in and show 13 subpar AA games that no one's going to play. Because, holy shit, man. From top to bottom, I can only think of 2 games on there I'm personally interested in. There was Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines, which is just because I'm a huge fan of the World of Darkness, and, oh man, am I gonna have to, oh shit. But Masquerade, man, a beautiful game. Well, not beautiful. The gameplay they showed was a little bit choppy, but I appreciate what they're doing there. I'm really excited for it because I'm a huge World of Darkness fan. I really enjoy that world. I really am excited to play that power fantasy out in that game. I think it's going to be really fun. I have a lot of faith in the Paradox guys, and I know that one of the writers from the original game, Brian Masoda, the guy who basically, as I understand it, at least co-wrote Bloodlines 1, which is a really fantastic game. So, Vampire the Masquerade 2 coming out. That looks like it's going to be pretty cool. Even if I don't think the showing was too great for it, I still think the game's going to be good. Keep it on your radar. And then, man, Assassin's Creed, I guess? But, like, I'm kind of low-key pissed at Ubisoft, because if you've seen the stream, you know that they literally sat there and they were like, yo, this game, we're going to show you gameplay. At the beginning, like, at the beginning of the fucking show, they have a game come up. We watch it. It's a cool, next-gen looking grappling hook, like, Bulletstorm meets Crisis kind of game called, fucking whatever it's called. The first game they showed in the stream. And it seemed interesting, right? But, Then, right after that, they drop on the screen while What's His Nuts is talking. Oh, don't worry, though. Don't worry. We know that wasn't super exciting, so don't worry. We've got Assassin's Creed Valhalla gameplay coming in this stream. You should be really excited about that. And we're like, okay, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to click off the stream for that one bad showing. We're gonna stick around because we want to see Valhalla gameplay. So they make us sit through fucking Dirt 5... Madden 12 with Patty Mahomes talking about how much he loves football and how much he loves Madden, which is like, great, man, we love that, you won the Super Bowl, congrats, but like, no one fucking cares about EA Sports. Please stop trying to shove it down our damn throats. Like, if you care, you already buy the games. You don't need to be fucking... Oh, we're doing racism again? But anyway, man, so we go after Madden. We've got a couple other games that are pretty much just trailers. There was no gameplay in this. No gameplay at all from anything. Especially by the time we get to the damn end and we're all like, okay, so far you guys have been not succeeding. Let's try one thing you might win at, right? Okay, Assassin's Creed Valhalla gameplay. We are excited to be Vikings. We're excited that Ashraf Ismail, the guy who fucking led the charge on Black Flag, definitively redefined Assassin's Creed with that game. And then fucking Origins did it again. This dude has been reinventing the wheel and totally fucking changing the game for this franchise. I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I love Syndicate. It's my favorite game in the series, but even still, I can so respect what that man is doing and what his team is doing for that game. So I'm relatively hyped, you know? You got a crow or a raven instead of an eagle on your shoulder because you're Odin's champion. And so the gameplay comes around, and they start with the hype trailer. They add the music, you know? We get like the real cool, like modern pop kind of music, pop rock thing that builds up the hype for it. And then they do the cut away from the cinematic trailer, which was super pretty and awesome, to the main character. And the raven lands on his shoulder, and the camera starts to pan around, and the HUD's about to pop up. And then it fucking cuts. It fucking cuts right there. It cuts back to Ashraf, and he's sitting there getting questioned by some fucking no-name journalist fanboy for Microsoft. And holy shit, dude. It was a minute and like 35 seconds, I think, the trailer. You can check it out on YouTube. And that's all we got from Valhalla. Remember the Valhalla reveal? I don't know if you know, but the Valhalla reveal was an 8-hour stream of a dude painting a picture of a Viking. And that was excruciating. We thought someone was going to say something at some point. Maybe give us some hope. But holy shit. Altogether, man, between their game showings and the fact that all they wanted to do was talk about fucking what's it called, smart shipment or whatever, fucking pack it and ship it Amazon style, right? Dude, we don't even know what the fuck that is. Apparently, if you buy a game on your Xbox 360 or your Xbox X1, I'm not an Xbox player. If you buy it on one of your systems, it shows up on all your systems. And if you buy an Xbox Series X in the future, you'll have games there too. It's a cross-buy platform kind of thing. Seems similar to what they were doing with PS3 and Vita. But who fucking cares? Like, it's not gonna fucking matter if the games are shit, dude. If you don't have anything to show me and you're gonna pad a whole fucking press conference in the week that, like, I'm not lost, bitch. You're the one in a hole. Anyway, it's not E3 time yet when we would be having E3. But, I mean, we're getting close enough that people are hungry for some real shit. And you're going to tell me that you're going to pad this hour, 30-minute fucking press conference with 13 nothing games and then not show us Assassin's Creed Valhalla gameplay, even though that's what you've been stringing us along with? And now you think people are going to buy this fucking system? Bro. Man, it was a fucking fumble. That's what I'm saying about that. But now, let's put it to the future, right? Let's talk a little bit about the other side of things. So, Sony hasn't really said that they're going to be doing anything as far as like a reveal goes or anything. But I want to say, here's where I think the fumble was. They were streaming with pretty limited quality. You could tell by watching the stream that, like, you know, COVID's really got them kind of in a confused state. They're trying to do the best they can, but the visuals weren't great. The stream was a little patchy. It didn't look next gen, you know? I'm spending a lot of money on your fucking Microsoft Obelisk X, right? Your giant fridge, which they did make a good joke about at the beginning, which I appreciate. But, I mean, it's going to be expensive to buy a new console. And the fucking other double, like, half-generation thing they came out with, I don't know what they called it, but their equivalent to the PS4 Pro, right, was not that long ago in the grand scheme of console generations. And so if all this is another incremental improvement, I don't know if it's going to be worth the whole price value, right? The only thing here is I think they were relying a lot on graphics and the idea that next gen is shown through particle effects and beautiful lighting, right? And ray tracing, which is like, yeah, man, the rays are getting traced. We fucking love that, you know? But at the same time, that's not what's going to sell this console generation, dude. We expect the graphics to be better than they were last time. If you fucking put out new games in a new console generation and the graphics aren't better than they were last generation, no one fucking cares. That's just a black mark right off the bat. So yeah, of course the fucking graphics are going to be better. That shouldn't have been what you're relying on. And your smart delivery, that's what it's called. Your smart delivery isn't going to fucking save you either. Because again, man, it's about the games. It's about the day-to-day. What am I doing, right? And so far, what I know about the Xbox is I'm playing Xbox games, and they seem to have the same quality as fucking Crackdown 3, for all that's worth. So maybe if Terry Crews is up in fucking the Astral Chain ripoff thing that they had, Scarlet Letter or whatever, then fuck yeah, man. Maybe we'll at least be able to get some Old Spice memes out of it. But holy shit, dude. What a fumble. Now, what could they have done better, right? That's the question that I think is on everyone's lips here, is like, okay, so this was definitely a fuck up, but what were we actually, like, expecting? What were we kind of wanting, right? Well, games, of course, but we can't really fault them for not having games. I mean, we definitely can, but we can't really fault them because they said that their first-party games, which is definitively why people buy an Xbox, as I understand, your Halos, your Gears, that kind of stuff, right? Well, those are going to be in another reveal they're going to be doing. I don't know why the fuck they did this reveal if it wasn't going to have those games in it. Obviously, they're just fucking scared, but whatever. I'll pull my Sony fanboy hat off, right? And just talk about, oh shit. Cat v cat! Let's go! Cat fight! Cat fight! Cat fight! Hold up. Cat fight! Cat fight! I win.
I'm sorry.
I win.
This isn't what I want.
Subjugated ghost. Ooh! Ooh!
This isn't what I want.
Catfight! Okay. What they could have done better is fucking focus on the features, right? If you don't have any games to show me, then tell me why I should care about the games you are showing me, right? Tell me what you're doing differently mechanically. What is the system doing differently? And I'm not talking about, look, I'm a Sony fanboy. Mark Cerny talking about the PS5's, like, deep layered architecture as a GDC kind of thing. That wasn't necessarily the best call, because I think a lot of people were expecting an E3 kind of presentation, and that definitely was just a system architect thing. And Mark Cerny, who did that PS5 architecture breakdown, he's a really good dude. He's a really strong, capable mind and a really strong force for PlayStation, but he was not the best person to put out in front of the sort of first time we're ever seeing anything about the PS5. So I'll speak to that, right? I understand that. But what I'm saying here is that the architecture they could have brought up is the implementation of their new concepts, right? What are you doing differently with the light? Why will this more powerful machine make loading screens a thing of the past, right? Why am I going to be super psyched that when I do end up playing fucking Dirt 5, that the cars can go even faster than they ever have, and we can render that on the screen without having to worry about anything, and there's not going to be any kind of like glitching or anything because this machine is so much stronger and we can render these things so much faster, right? And you'll really feel like you're in the car. Like, why didn't we get any of that shit? Like, what the hell, man? That's where I think the fumble was, because so far, just from Mark Cerny's presentation, even if it was a little dry, and it was pretty fucking dry, I'll give him that, man. I watched it live on Craze Gaming's channel, his live stream, and was watching, and I was commenting as it was going, and I was like, man, this is not the best. But it was also meant to be a GDC thing, Game Developer Conference, right? It wasn't for the public necessarily. They just streamed it so that people could kind of see what they're talking about. But it was more for investors. It was more for people who wanted to know the technical side of what they were paying for, right? What the shareholders are getting into on this. And I get that. At the same time, though, even with it being kind of dry and stuff, the takeaway from that stream was still pretty powerful, man. They've got some really awesome audio stuff they're trying to do where they really want you to be able to locate the sounds as you're listening to them, like on a headphone or on stereo. You can really tell that a sound is coming from behind you, that kind of stuff, you know? They were talking a lot about the DualSense controller, which love it or hate it in design, like the look of it and stuff. The action of it is awesome, man. We're going to have harder to pull triggers. We're going to have haptic feedback, you know, which is a lot better than the normal rumble stuff we're dealing with in your normal DualShock. Haptic feedback is all about, it's kind of what the Switch has, where you can kind of feel individual things happening. So if I got shot, you know, I could feel the beating of my heart in my controller, you know, the pulsing of my heart, rather than just a sort of like electric shock, right? Like, it's very specific, the kind of things that they can do with those sorts of vibrations. And yeah, there was a lot that was shown in there. One of the things that I still take away from the very, very early talks of the PS5 that's kind of got me most excited. I'm a huge, huge fan of the Insomniac Spider-Man game. And I wasn't a big fan of Insomniac in the beginning as a studio. I've never really been a Ratchet & Clank fan, and I didn't ever play Sunset Overdrive, so I appreciate what they do, but I've always been more of a Sucker Punch guy on, like, the old school Sony teams, you know, Sly Cooper and Infamous. But, these guys really pulled something off with Spider-Man, and it was a fantastic game. The feeling of swinging around in that game was great, and I think a large part of it was because you felt the momentum, right? When you play as Spider-Man, you jump off a building and you whip your web out, you fly through the air at such a speed with such force, right? Elk, I'm talking here. Jesus. Anyway, with such force, and you know what's going on. When they were talking about PS5, one of the things that really pitched me on, like sold me on the PS5, is the idea that because of the machine being so much stronger, one of the things they're really looking into is the idea that you can amplify the strength of the machine in order to allow for the players to move faster and feel more solid, tangible speed in games. And one of the things I enjoy the most in games is locomotion. I think it's kind of the most important thing. It's why it's why I was such a huge fan of Prototype back in the day. You know, just this game where you could just run around and do whatever the fuck you want. And it's not just do whatever the fuck you want like Grand Theft Auto style. It's run up buildings and leap off them and fly down and smash into the ground and tear through shit, right? It's that visceral sort of experience of just being at the helm of something fast and dangerous, right? It's the reason people race cars. So when they said that the PS5 would be able to make that go faster, I was like, okay, but why? Why does that matter, right? And they're like, well, okay, so normally with the PS4, we can only render at a certain speed because that's how strong the system is. We can't make Spider-Man go any faster. That's why there's a terminal velocity. That's why he eventually reaches a maximum speed when swinging, and that's it. So the thing about the PS5 is that they've increased that due to the way that they're rendering things. And, you know, I'm not a system architect, but if you want to watch Mark Cerny's thing, he can talk about it, or just kind of keep an ear to the ground. It seems like it's what they're wanting to talk about. But the system will be capable of literally doing more for you as a player in regards to letting you feel more of an interaction, you know, being able to go faster, or maybe hit harder, or feel more of a sensation, a visceral sort of impact from a hit because of the way that they can render these things and the power of the system. And Xbox, they very well, from the way that the specs are looking, have a stronger system. So the fact that they don't want to talk about what that actually looks like is kind of fucking, like, I don't know, it's a red flag, man. Like, and I'm not here to tell you not to buy an Xbox. I don't care about that. I am here to support games all around. I watched this thing really with an open mind because I wanted to see what it is that Xbox is doing. I'm always excited about E3. I'm always excited about the summer, even if E3 isn't happening, like it's not right now. I'm excited about Gamescom. I'm excited about Paris Games Week. I'm excited about Tokyo Game Show. All these different big conferences where the games community comes out and talks about what they're doing different for us as the players. I'm a Sony player, but there's Xbox players out there and they have fun too, and that's fine. I'm not here to shit on anyone's fun. I'm just here to say that this company made a mistake, and it really blew me the fuck away because I was kind of excited for our first E3-like thing of this year, of this Jeff Keighley-owned summer of games. And man, that didn't happen. That really was not an exciting thing. It was kind of a bummer, and maybe COVID played a big role in it, but I still think there's some missed messaging here. I think there's some really failed opportunities with how they handled that press conference. And yeah, I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to the future. If you go to Jeff Keighley's, I think it's called the Summer of Games or the Summer Game Event or something like that, Summer Games Fest maybe. There's a website where he's detailed all of the sort of events that he's kind of bringing together to basically replace E3. He wants to have every month for 4 months. Apparently summer is 4 months now in Jeff Keighley's book, which is awesome. So all the way through August, he's wanting to have, he's got all kinds of devs who are going to come in and do E3 style stage demos and do all kinds of different press conferences and interviews and stuff, obviously over streams and all kinds of stuff. So keep an ear to the ground, check that stuff out. I'll kind of let you guys know as stuff happens. I'm not really a coverage guy. That's not my big thing. I'm not a journalist or anything, but I am a guy who's aware of what's going on, and I want to make sure other people are, because this is an exciting time for games. With VR on the horizon and these new consoles happening and everything that's going on right now, it's a good time to be a gamer. There's no reason to be dissatisfied, I think, with the overall community. But yeah, I just feel that Xbox conference was something I really just needed to talk about. I finished it and was immediately like, you know what? I got to hop on and make a video about this. This is crazy. So I really appreciate you guys being here and listening and supporting. And, if you're interested at all in supporting what I do or seeing me do more things, I've got the Evo Productions channel where me and my friends are, we own a media company and we're really starting to produce some really awesome things. We do a D&D live stream and all kinds of other stuff. And, or not a live stream, sorry, a YouTube show. It's a little bit more curated. We got a lot of other stuff planned. We're making a couple of tabletop games. I'm not supposed to tell you that, but we're doing that, which is really exciting. And we also have a Patreon. If you guys want to support us there, that'd be super awesome. I am a member of that team, so if you're wanting to support this channel, supporting that Patreon will also obviously ensure that I've got more time and more assets to put towards this channel as well, which, as you guys know, I'm starting to do some different stuff on this channel, so be looking forward to some new things. I got some idea for some role-play opportunities. I think I'm going to try to play through a couple of games with silent protagonists, but kind of voice them and give some story to it, maybe like The Outer Worlds, maybe No Man's Sky. I'm considering some things. I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, man, I really, really appreciate you guys. If you haven't seen the video, go check it out. The fucking press conference, and stay tuned for all the upcoming shit. Yeah, have a good one. Peace out. Stay safe. Wash your hands.